Liverpool could enter a trade deal to sign a £50 million player this summer. Liverpool are looking for creative solutions to meet Southampton's £50 million price for Romeo Lavia. Evaluating a range of options and already signing 2 players, Liverpool have described Lavia as the final piece of their midfield restructuring. However, while the Saints are looking for big offers to sell the 19-year-old, the Reds are working on different kinds of offers. According to journalist Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool could potentially offer Southampton a player swap deal to exceed the £50 million fee. The price tag for the Romeo Lavia is around £50 million, Romano said. But sources believe that with some additions or some creative formula like incorporating some players, Liverpool can find a way to reach a deal with Southampton, he said. Since the Saints are certain to lose the Belgian, accepting a replacement Liverpool player in the deal could increase their chances of helping their promotion efforts. It's not surprising to hear that Liverpool are looking for a different solution to get Lavia through the door. £50 million is a huge price to pay for a player with only 37 top games to his name. There are reports from this week that the Reds need to remove some players before they can bring in more players. In that sense, a trade deal for Lavia would be the classic 2 birds, 1 stone scenario. So, assuming Liverpool try this, the next logical question would be who to offer in return. Obviously, the player who went the other way will now have to agree to play at least 1 season in the Championship. As a result, he will never be someone of equal quality to Lavia. When we look at the Liverpool squad, names such as Joel Matip, Joe Gomez, Thiago Alcantara, and Kostas Tsimikas were among the most talked about this season. None of them want to go to the Championship. Callum Kelleher may be an interesting person, but with the Saints already having a young, Irish goalie, we don't see that happening either. So, most likely a young player could be used in this trade deal. Like Tyler Morton, Connor Bradley. The Reds have high hopes for both. This can also ensure that Liverpool players find enough time to develop. Lavia has very important features to add to Liverpool. Lavia's energetic play can certainly be reflected in Liverpool's play. Lavia is a very dynamic and strong actress. He can quickly attack the team with the balls he grabs in his deep midfielder role and revive the dim midfield look of last season. Especially with McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai, he can ensure that the Liverpool midfield remains unchanged over the years. Fabinho has started to underperform in recent years and is now 29 years old. Lavia will definitely be an investment move for the future. Jürgen Klopp wants €40 million Real Betis sensation for Salah's backup. Jürgen Klopp is reportedly looking to sign sensational Real Betis star Luis Enrique to provide a replacement for Mohamed Salah at Liverpool. The Reds have a lot of talented forwards. But if the Egyptian star is injured or needs a rest, there is no obvious right-side substitute for Salah. Luis Diaz will compete for a starting point on the left with Darwin Núñez, who will compete with Cody Gakpo and Diogo Jota for the number 9 position. Spanish sources have claimed that Liverpool intends to make an offer to Enrique this summer to ease the burden of Salah in 2023-2024. Enrique joined Real Betis last summer for a fee of €8 million, and the report claimed he was depreciated for his performances. The 22-year-old managed to score 3 goals while making 7 assists in his first season. And he has become a new idol for Betis fans. His performance has caught the attention of some European giants including Real Madrid, Barcelona, Roma, Milan and Chelsea, but Liverpool is ahead of the line. Klopp apparently sees a substantial margin of improvement in the young forward. Economic problems at Betis could force them to sell, and they are allegedly asking for a fee of between £30 million and £40 million for their valuable assets, which Liverpool can settle smoothly. The option to go to Anfield is very attractive for Enrique, and Betis boss Manuel Pellegrini allegedly will not stand in the way of any additions they want, like Giovanni Lo Celso, who played on loan from Tottenham last season. Reports claim that Liverpool have largely completed their midfield restructuring following the addition of Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai, with more weight currently being given to other regions. Sadly, the years of Salah's reign at Anfield will soon come to an end. The Egyptian star has a contract until 2025 and is getting older. Salah is currently 31 years old and has no obvious substitutes for the team. Of course, there will be periods when he gets tired and needs rotation in the Europa League, Local Cup and League struggles next season. That's why Klopp has to rest to get the most out of it. Luis Enrique is only 22 years old and a player who is open to development. Given Salah's current situation and his imminent departure from Anfield, it seems quite logical to sign an heir to his throne already. Xabi Alonso eager to take Liverpool's extraordinary young player on loan. Liverpool Academy left-back Luke Chambers is interested in a loan move for next season. By this time last year, most Reds fans first heard of Chambers. His performances on his Asian tour last summer received praise from Kostas Tsimikas and signaled his burgeoning talent. He transferred to Kilmarnock on loan in the second half of last season. After being impressive in Scotland, recent reports suggest that the 19-year-old player could take a big step forward in 2023-2024. Somewhat surprisingly, former Liverpool midfielder Xabi Alonso is allegedly willing to take Chambers to Bayer Leverkusen for the campaign. It is said that the championship teams show interest in the left-back. Both Sheffield Wednesday and Watford are named as two potential destinations. However, it is Alonso and Leverkusen that will capture the imagination of the fans. Of course, it's not yet possible for Chambers to stay at Anfield. Sources close to the club reported that Liverpool will evaluate the young player in the pre-season before making a decision. But at this stage, a loan of increasing difficulty seems like the most likely outcome. Chambers looked good every time we watched him. He was even called outstanding by Kilmarnock's boss, Derek McInnes, during his time north of the border. But it would be quite a leap for him to get a chance on the A team. Obviously, it won't be as big a step as getting into the Liverpool Ace team. But going from Kilmarnock to Bayer Leverkusen is still pretty good clearance for the bridge. If Xabi is interested, Chambers must have something a little special. Alonso has had an excellent coaching career up to this point. The 41-year-old manager revived Leverkusen last season and transported them from the relegation battle to Europe. As he begins his first full season in senior management, he will try to bring in players who can convey his ideas. If Chambers goes there, it will be a big chance for this young man. Alonso was a good player and looks like he will be a top manager as well. If he does well under the Spaniard, he may perhaps help Liverpool's future in more ways than one. A good season in Germany will put Chambers in a good place to be in this conversation as Liverpool begins their search for Andy Robertson's successor. But she may also be working in Alonso with a man who will go to the hot seat of Anfield. This seems like an important issue to consider.